Welcome to Life in the Fast Lane. We're here at Monza in Italy, the home of Ferrari. But who will take home the points this weekend? Let's find out as we get started with the Italian Grand Prix. Monza, a centurion among circuits, dripping with motorsport history. Expect to see cars fly by as 80% of the track is tackled at full throttle. It's not all go, however, and brakes can be prone to overheating through the tight chicanes that Monza has to offer. This is it. We're down to the last few races of the season, and it's time for that final push. Who will be crowned champion at the end of it all? We'll find out soon enough. The weekend begins here.
Hey guys, you join me here at Snowman86. We are back in Formula 1 Manager 2022 and we are here for the Italian Grand Prix at the Temple of Speed at Monza. So all being said guys, again very little happening outside of race weekends at the moment. We did look at doing a quick upgrade on the car and we were going to do the underfloor, but it would have been ready for the very last race, so we decided to scrap that and we're now doing the suspension update. And that should be ready for the end of September, which will see us through for October and November, which is probably 5 races or so, something like that anyway guys. So that's what we're aiming for now. So it'll give us a slight performance boost going into the remaining couple of seasons, and we are now fully focused on developing next year's car. So we already have a underfloor done, we are doing a front wing, and we've now started a rear wing. Once the rear wing, or I think it's the front wing, is done, we'll move to possibly a chassis, I'd say, update, and then we'll have a side pod and suspension one left to do as well, and that'll be one area of the car hit all across. If I can squeeze a second one in, we will. We will be putting 3 design areas towards it, so we'll be kind of maxing out our efforts as best we can. And even if we don't have any wind tunnel CFD points or anything like that, we're just going to keep sinking research in, because every little bit will help the car at this stage. So that's it guys, we are here for the qualifying in the Italian Grand Prix. Both drivers, I think if I hit continue here, we've taken full set of penalties here for Tio, so he's got a brand new set of engine, ERSR and gearbox. And on Alex's car we did purchase a gearbox, but we're not going to use it this weekend. We're just going to run him on his best of everything, and we might need a gearbox then towards the end of the season. We'll see how we're going. If that is the case, we'll bang it on there. But for now guys, I'll be back here and we'll be ready for Q1.
Our race weekend continues as we head into FP3 and then qualifying. Time and time again, we see just how little separates the drivers as they complete their qualifying laps. Those who have pushed that little bit harder during qualifying can be rewarded with a grid place that sets them apart from their competitors going into the race. Hold on tight, because we're getting underway.
Radio check. You hear me okay?
So as always guys, we're just going to send Tio straight away. Just going to get him a lap under his wings, and to be fair, we'll probably actually send Alex out as well. Usual practice, we'll get straight out to start, try and set a lap and try and do it with no traffic to see what we're sitting like. But so far I'm unsure of our pace here guys. I'm not sure where we'll sit when it comes to the end of qualifying. Have we a chance to get into Q2? It's possibly slim, but judging off the Dutch Grand Prix last time out, we were lacking a little bit in one lap pace. So we're just going to quickly shoot through the first section here of qualifying. Not much to report. Oh, just as I say it, Tio surprises me. So Tio manages to lock up on his flying run, so that's that run over and done with.
Looks like there's been a lockup.
We'll go to the timing screen, we'll see how he's doing. But yeah, that's pretty much puts paid to Tio's first run in qualifying. We'll see what lap time he sets and how much he actually lost. 1:26. So he's 3 seconds off the pace, and Alex surprisingly is only 1.3 seconds off the pace. So that is encouraging, guys. Now I'm not sure what the rest of the field will set, but no doubt we'll be back here as always to see our second run in Q1. Yeah, we'll see where we stand. So we're back here, guys, for our final run in Q1. Vettel is on the borderline, guys, so we'll have to see how that goes. We'll try and get Theo out pretty quick. Fellas are starting to leave the pits now, so we'll see if we can squeeze Theo out into that group. And there Theo goes. He's out behind Alonso, which is nice. Try and get Albon out now. And I think Albon will be at the back of the grid, probably behind either oh, there he goes. He's behind Sebastian Vettel. I don't know, is that good for us? But Alex's first lap was a cracker, guys. He's sitting P11. And those cars behind him, I think the likes of Ricciardo, Joe, Vettel are all there on pace and pace alone. So that is looking good for us. Now we're only 3 tenths off Fernando Alonso. So that is good as well. So we'll just slow it down a bit. And we'll have the timings up for both drivers and we'll see what we can do. So Alex is just coming around now to start his flying lap, guys. So we'll jump back on board with Theo as he heads into the Lesmos. And he's through there pretty nicely. No lockups yet. Good man Theo. And we should get a read on his sector 2 time here pretty quick. And there he goes. That one was always going to be green because his lockup was in sector 2. So we'll see what Theo can do on a flying lap. He's across the line. Theo will go. Oh yes, Theo, 1.4 seconds. Alex was slower in sector 2. Who's behind us who could jump up? Bottas and Magnussen I respect to make a move, but being 4 seconds and 4.5 seconds off the pace. But we'll see, guys. So far that's an encouraging start for us. Alex coming across the line. Alex doesn't improve. Nope, does not improve. Theo's out. Oh, look at that. Oh, vomit. Right at the last second, guys. Both Magnussen and Bottas managed to improve their laps, unsurprisingly. And that is us out of qualifying. So a little bit disappointing, but never say. Our pace is definitely after improving, I think. And hopefully we'll get the upgrade at the end of this month, September, and we'll see where we lie for the rest of the season. But again, our race pace is always pretty good, so hopefully that will carry us through, guys. So I'll be back here in a second and we'll be racing around the Temple of Speed.
It's race day with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Williams had a good performance in qualifying. Now they'll be eager to demonstrate that they can have an even better race. AlphaTauri did rather well in qualifying. Let's see if they can manage to achieve a strong start for the race itself. And the sun is shining bright here today. This is perfect weather for teams and drivers alike to show us what they're capable of.
Well, one thing we do know, this race is going to be fast, and Monza is ready for it. We have beautiful blue skies overhead as the drivers line up on the grid. Here we have Alexander Albon. They're in the back half of the pack, so they'll need to work hard if they want a podium finish. And looking at the second Williams car, they'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. And we're just moments away now. Here we are at the oldest circuit in Europe for this, the Italian Grand Prix.
So here we go, guys.
It's lights out
and
and
we are
away we
lights
go.
out and away we go. So Theo's starting from the back of the grid, so we're not going to be too concerned with his start. We did fill both cars with an extra lap of fuel. So what we're looking for realistically is our drivers to push on and push pretty hard. It's going to be fairly slow and tedious through this section. Hopefully a bit of DRS or ERS usage. And that gets us right on the back of Ricardo here. So we'd like to try and jump one or two of these cars if we can. So that's important for us right now, guys. We gotta make a couple of moves, and I'm hoping we can do it. Now Tio's after getting past Lance Stroll, so that's good work. And can we get Danny Rick here? It will be important that we do. Oh, I don't know, is he going to do it?
And a new position just gained by
So we'll
Williams.
quickly watch Tio's overtake.
Now
Where did
we
he
see
do
the
this?
Williams here.
Around the outside. Go on, Tio, you man. And look at that. So for Tio, it's important he gets the Aston Martins early, so he can really take advantage of his pace. And looking at this, he might even be able to get Mick Schumacher, because to be fair, Mick isn't that quick. And we don't seem to be doing a whole pile here on Danny Rick at the moment. Danny Rick runs wide there, and yeah, again, we just can't really do much with it. So we're just going to settle in here, get to neutral on both of them.
Down.
And what I'm hoping, guys, is that we can kind of get to the DRS stage, and then we can start really attacking the guys in front. But again, it could be one of these big DRS trains, and we'll have to be crafty with how we get through it. We're hoping Tio would make more ground than this, guys. He's stuck behind Vettel, so we really do need the DRS here to kick in. And we should have it here on lap 3.
Without DRS.
There we go. So there's a little bit of pressure now on all of this. So we won't get it here, but we will get it on the back straight. In fact, there's probably 3 DRS areas. Is this one? No. It is after the second Lesmo. I think we'll get it going down there. Oh, Tio's getting stuck, guys. So with Alex, we're going to deploy here. Everybody spreads out looking for that place. Not able to do it though. So we need to jump on here with Tio, because Tio is not doing much here, and we'd expect a little bit more out of him. So we're going to just deploy with Tio. Try and get back into that window of opportunity on Sebastian Vettel. And so we should get DRS then going down the main straight. We'll see, can we do anything here off the last corner? Tio's putting pretty flat out there. So interesting enough, this train we're in goes all the way up as far as Joe. So we just can't seem to get away from that. And now it's getting interesting, because we're going to have to be crafty on fuels and stuff with Tio, because he doesn't have it to go to the end of the race. And he also has to watch his tires, guys, because we're doing a different kind of strategy with Tio. We're going for a run on the softs and the... Oh, go on, Tio, down the inside. Nicely done. Can't make it stick. So we jump back on here with Alex, guys, just to see how Alex is getting on. And again, it's a similar kind of outing to the Zandvoort. We're kind of stuck in a DRS train. And nobody seems to be able to break away from anybody, so that's a little bit upsetting. Ocon has managed to clear Joe, so he might pull away, but again, the DRS is so powerful. Oh, I'd say he will. Oh, why are we all slowing down? This is our chance. We're going to go overtake. go to deploy. Nope, wasn't able to do much with that. That's a little bit upsetting. We're just stuck, guys. T.O.
And that's a lockup.
So what is Tio's tires looking like? We're just gonna drop Tio to standard and we get him on push. So it's a little bit upsetting. Tio doesn't seem to have. I thought the fresh engine here would give us a bit of a boost, but yeah, I don't think it's going to work out for us, guys. The template speed could be a little bit disappointing for us, but we'll see. We'll jump back to Alex. Now Alex is doing a different strategy. He's doing the mediums to hards, and what we're hoping is that we can gain. Oh. Multiple cars crash, so we're not sure. We're just going to ignore the. Vettel is the car who crashed, so I think Vettel and Mick Schumacher crashed. We'll have to watch that.
Cars have crashed. Let's see what happened.
Who hit
there.
the back of who?
Right,
Looks like
this.
Vettel might have taken Mick out. Oh, guys, that is a big
clearly
one.
See the contact there, and that caused a lot
of
damage.
Fire at Mick's car. So that is a big one, guys. So while this is all happening, we're going to standard, conserve,
okay, back
harvest.
Off. Okay.
And we just go to balanced. So the gap should be pretty neutral, and we can just harvest our ERS and stuff. Tio should get the chance to catch up. So I'm just going to let it run here for a bit, guys. Get the safety car out of the way. I hope Mick's okay. Vettel was able to continue after that shunt, but Mick will not be. It's a little bit harsh on Mick. He had done nothing per se to do anything wrong there. So we're just going to get him onto the back of the safety car. I think it might be in this lap. It is.
Safety car will be in this lap.
So just gonna go again, push. Just gonna go push and neutral, and we're gonna get Alex back on flat out attack. So we're just gonna let safety car get ahead a little bit, guys, and once they put the foot down, we'll be back, which should be around the parabolica, I would say. Once in this. No, and now we're not in the train for some odd reason. We're running in our own free air, which is fine, but Tio will probably get the lunge. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And Vettel actually didn't lose anything in that whole scenario. He was able to right Mick Schumacher off pit and come back out right on the back of Lance Stroll. Interesting stuff. So we're just going to speed it up again, guys, and yeah, we've got it all to do again. So a couple of laps again where we won't have any DRS, but hopefully we can gap Stroll with Tio, and he can just kind of run his race. And yeah, hopefully that little bit of a stint on these things will do wonders for his tires. Just going to get him to go aggressive. And yeah, we can really run flat out now on the pace because we've 5 laps of fuel with both cars. So that's fantastic. So we just need now to push on and try and make the best of this scenario, guys. So yep. So DRS will come into effect in the next lap. We've managed to save a nice bit of ERS this time around. So hopefully we can do a little attack here on Danny Rick. Norris is after getting Joe. So looks like Norris could be picking up the
Use
first of the
DRS.
points, guys, or the last of the points even, which is a little bit upsetting. We have DRS. So far we're line astern, but it's 16-17, guys. It's a little bit it's disheartening. I thought we had a bit more race pace than this, but again, top speed is probably one of our biggest weaknesses, and this is a heavy top speed circuit. So God knows where we'd be if we didn't have the fresh power units in. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have much there. Definitely don't have much there. Oh, crash. There was definitely a touchy of wings there, and that might just let Magnussen gap Bottas. So if the train can break up a little bit, that's where we probably stand our best chance of doing overtakes. Gasly's down, and Bottas, I don't know how they're so low in the grid. I would expect them to be a little bit higher, but it is what it is. I know I think Magnussen should get Joe pretty soon. Norris got Ocon, which is interesting, and looks like he might get Alonso. So we need to start making a move here, guys, because otherwise McLaren are on for a good haul of points, and we are not. So Bottas loses out big time there because he didn't have the DRS. And yes, we've managed to get Danny Rick. That's big for us.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
That is big for us, guys, so that is good news. Oh, I think Tio is going to have to start running his own race soon enough because fuel is going to be an issue. And Alex is making moves. Should get DRS here. Don't know why we didn't get it. Yes, we have it. Ah, so upsetting.
That's a position gained for Alpha
So
Tauri.
we now need to deploy, guys, because we're outside the second and we need to be back inside it. There we go. We should get
We've
DRS
just had a
again.
spin.
Joe has spun, so Joe is now behind us. So now we're starting to make slight moves up the grid, guys, which is good. Tio is kind of just doing his own thing. It's not great from Tio, but we all get DRS again. It's a bit of a scrap here between Magnus and Bottas, Gasly and ourselves. It's a little bit interesting at the moment. We're still able to more or less push flat out because of that safety car and running the extra lap fuel from the start. So hopefully that will stand to us, guys. I don't know, will it? Or is it just keeping us in this race and we probably shouldn't be anywhere near it? I'm not sure. It's hard to know sometimes. One a little bit wide there, that's not good. So we've got a couple of pitters already. So we'll climb a few more spots. And Bottas is on the soft tyre, so he'll be an early stop as well, I would imagine. And what's good for us is he didn't have much pace on the softs. So hopefully by running longer we can actually maybe get ahead of Bottas as well. Yep. It's fairly status quo at the moment. Tio's doing okay. He's up P14. Perez will probably pretty quickly close up to the back of him. Hopefully he doesn't drag Vettel with him. Sainz was the big loser there. So Bottas pits. So now we need to be on the back of Magnussen. This is bad. So our pit window's in one lap. So yeah, we need to boogie now. We really do need to go. So we're going to go deploy off the last corner here. Should get a helping of DRS. There it is. Just going to keep the deploy on. Coming around here. Should get into the...
And a new position.
So that's big for us, guys. We needed to do that. We're up to P10 now. And we should get a nice tow off Magnussen all the way down here. So this is good for us, guys. Good for us. And if we can gap the guys behind, we'll be doing well. Ricardo's lost pace. We better just do a quick update of this. Yep, Ricardo's out of DRS of Gasly. And we are currently running hot on the heels of K-Mag. Oh, we could have gone for the overtake there, but we didn't. That's going to let Gasly close right back up. And Ricardo. So with DRS open, we should breeze past there. We do. That's good for us. So Albon is making good moves at the moment, guys. Theo is P13, having a solid run out. We have a yellow flag sector 2. Somebody spun.
Sounds like someone's locked
Vettel
up.
locked up. So what's the gap to Ocon? Gap to Ocon is 5.4 seconds. Now he's in a bit of a train, although they all pit. So be interesting to see what the gap to Ocon does now. We've managed to jump ahead of Norris and Alonso there as well. And we've managed to keep Magnussen behind us. That's good. That is good, guys. So, and we do seem to have a bit of pace because Theo is just slowly falling off the back of us. Now we are planning to pit the next lap, so I think we probably will stick with that. And the plan really is to just run at Alex flat out. What's his lap times? Lap times he's doing 27s. Perez, yeah. Theo, Gasly. Just going to ignore this a while. Norris is doing 30s.
Oh, big lock up there.
Ocon locks up, guys, so that's big. Closes the gap just a little bit. Question is, do I run one more lap with Alex, and that'll keep his tires in the 40 range? I think we will do that. What are people doing? Somebody close to us. So Bottas would be a good representation. He's doing 27.3. We're doing the 27.5. So that's probably where we're looking. Gasly, Ricardo's in the pits. Gasly's continued on. Perez is ahead of Theo. So we just want to see what Norris's lap time is. 27.2. So he is a little bit quicker, guys. So we're going to pit this lap and we're going to go to the hards. And again, we're just flat out attack mode here for the drivers. Hopefully Alex keeps it all together. Fingers crossed. I've said that now, touch wood. Probably jinxed it and he'll lock up here in the next 2 or 3 corners. And I'll have egg on my face. So Alex is going to duck into the pits now. Anybody following? Ocon is also in. That was a nice smooth stop, guys. 2.5 seconds. We're pretty efficient at the old pit stops. So where do we come out? Where do we come out? We are ahead of Bottas and Ricardo. And we are chasing Alonso. So if we just go to gaps, it's 3 seconds now to Alonso, but Bottas is right on our tail. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, Alonso is one we'll be looking at. Ocon even now. I think Alonso just overtook him. So we're P14 anyway. That's not a bad effort, guys. Not a bad effort. How is Tio's tires doing? Tio is going to make his stint, which is good. Tio's tipping away there, running a nice little race. So we're about halfway through the race now, guys, and one and only stop is after playing out. Not sure if anybody's going to do it 2-stop. But we have Bottas hot on our heels. But just can't quite do it, which is interesting considering, as I say, straight line speed would be one of our big weaknesses. Are we catching Ocon? It's hard to know. It's down to 3.4. I think it's probably around that with a while. Well, we might be catching him. 3.2 out of the first corner. Runs up to 3.3, 3.4. So if we are catching, guys, it's tiny. It really is small gains. But yeah, we just have to see how it plays out for us.
Just gained a place.
Sainz overtakes poor old Tio, so that was always going to happen as well, guys. Not too alarmed about it. We just have to see how it all plays out, but the gap is down to across the line 3 point, well, it's gone up to 3.5 now. So I thought we were closing, but maybe not, maybe not. So bear with me 2 seconds, I have a sneeze and I'll be right back. So we are back. Apologies for that quiet lap, guys. So Tio's finally entering his pit window. How is his tires doing? He's going to be on that cusp. So we're just going to leave him do his thing. He's currently dropped to P10. But we're not doing too bad. Just don't quite have the pace at the moment to stick it with the Alpines, I think. But we're holding our own. And Ricciardo and Bottas are fighting like cats and dogs behind us, so we're going to do a little cheeky deploy. It's actually too late. That was too late. So yeah, the fact that nobody's overtaking us means the Alpines are just stretching away all the time. Yellow in sector 2, somebody has spun or ran wide.
Oh, did someone run wide there?
Perez is the victim. But that won't affect us. Verstappen's in the pits, Hamilton's in the pits, Tsunoda's in the pits. Tsunoda running P4. Magnussen continues on, is he? No, Magnussen is now in the pits. So it'll be interesting to see where we come out compared to Magnussen. What tires was he running? Oh, we can't see. That's unlucky. We should jump K-Mag, which is nice. Oh, don't tell me that was Magnussen. Oh, wow. That's upsetting. So we're right on the tail of K-Mag again. We should have jumped him. A little bit upsetting that we didn't. So we've lost about a second or two to the Alpines because of that whole issue. But we should have a nice helping of DRS. We'll ignore that again for a while. In fact, we're going to pit.
Gasly has pitted for new option.
Okay, box.
So we're going to bring Tio in this lap, guys. What's going on? Everybody got caught by Gasly. So we're now in the train of Pierre Gasly. And that's going to make our overtake on K-Mag a lot harder. So Tio's in for the pits, guys. We'll see where he's going to come out. Magnussen managed to get Gasly somewhere. We missed that. Can we get Gasly? The answer is no. Yes, no, yes, yes. Yes. The answer is yes, we can.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
So this is a fantastic effort again from Alex Albon, guys. He's absolutely flat to the wall, full out attack. Oh, K-Mag with some dodgy driving there, moving in all sorts of lines, but should get him down the straight. There goes the DRS. So that should be us up to P11. We'll take that. Bottas slips through with us. And Tio
And
has
a new
come out
position,
in
just gained by
P16, I believe. With Vettel right on his heels. Interesting how Seb has come out there, but he has. And we're only 3 seconds off Ricardo, who is also on the back of the tail that Alex is leading, and there they all are up the road. Now the fact Tio doesn't have DRS will probably be a slight disadvantage, but we'll see. Vettel is having a very good race in terms of pace, considering at the very start he wiped out Mick Schumacher. So now if we can stick with Bottas and break the gap to
Looks like
Magnussen,
that was a
that would be
position
good.
gained for Alfa Romeo.
Will that happen? I don't know. Come on, Valtteri, drive on. Nope. Nicely blocked there by Valtteri, and K-Mag now is right on our tail again. It's very hard to break the train. But so far so good, guys. We might just go to ×4 for a while and just see how it all plays out here. Yeah, Albon is back up to P11. Both drivers again have plenty of fuel, so we can just attack flat out. Vettel can't get Tio at the moment, so that's okay. And Magnussen has now got Alex.
Haas with an overtake there.
So what's interesting there now? No. So we need to be a little bit crafty on how we do this in a bit. But Albon goes straight down past them all. So that's just going to ebb and flow for a while until a mistake happens. And I think when the mistake happens, we need to be ready. We managed to hold on, I think, this time, yes. So we just need someone in the top 10 to retire. Sounds cruel, I know, but if we can get a retirement, because to be fair, Lando Norris is going to score a heap of points. I think Joe spun.
I think there's been a lockup.
Yep. So we're just going to slow it back down, jump on board again with Alex, guys. We're down to 12, 11 laps, that kind of range. So we just need to see what we're doing here. And we should get K-Mag going down the back straight. So what we're going to do once we do that is do a little bit of cheeky harvesting. That'll do, I think, yep. So we're just going to do a little bit of cheeky harvesting there. And the reason for that is just to help Alex build his battery back up, guys. Otherwise, come the end of the last couple of laps, we'll be mugged pretty easily, and we don't want that. So we just stay harvesting till after the first corner. That should give us a pretty good boost. And yeah, Tio just can't break the cycle with Sebastian Vettel. which is a little bit unlucky. So we're going to go neutral there, and I think what we might do with Tio is just get Tio to deploy and see, can we just break away from Sebastian Vettel. I'm going to just jump on board. Tio's tires should be okay to the end. Such a hard place to try and break away. Here comes the DRS. But now is his chance. Now is his chance. He's got a couple of sections here and the Lesmos to try and put a second between him and Vettel, who's the car behind, and he should do it. Yep. So we can just flick Tio down to neutral and hopefully he can just slowly gap Vettel. And that'll put a bit of comfort there. We have managed, ourselves and Bottas have managed to gap Ricciardo and Magnussen, so that's interesting. Will they come back at us? I don't know. They're doing pretty heavy scrapping back there. Gasly's in that as well. So that is interesting, guys. So we don't mind now if Bottas gets past and we do a little bit of lapping ourselves just to see how we go. There's been another spin somewhere. Not sure who that one was. Leclerc locked up, guys. So it looks like Verstappen's on a bit of a roll. He won the Dutch Grand Prix and he might be on for a win here in Italy, which would be upsetting for the old Tifosi, but that is the way it goes. So we are down to, what's that, for 7 laps. So we're doing okay, but unfortunately Ocon is 8.5 seconds up the road, so I don't think we're going to get him. And that little move that we did with Tio has really worked, because Vettel now has just dropped away like there's nothing. 3.5 seconds. And I think Tio might be catching the guys in front, but it's hard to call. So we're doing okay, guys. It's not been a bad run. We're just going to go harvest here through the Lesmos and onto the straight at the back, because we have DRS. And we can just build a little bit of charge again. And we can just try and recharge this battery a little bit on Alex, because I think we can make him go for P11. We can do 2 laps of more or less flat out attack. So that's nice. That's nice.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
It's interesting, guys. We should be okay for P11. I think we can deploy pretty much everything, and hopefully Alex keeps it all on the track. Tio's tyres should last the course. I don't think he's going to catch the boys, so just to make sure Tio's tyres last the course, we might just drop his pace and see how that gap to Vettel is doing. But I think Tio is pretty safe in P16. So we're just going to get him to ease up, not make any mistakes, and hopefully we can still keep capping Vettel. Alex is the one we're watching with great interest. We've only a couple of laps to go. And to be fair, Alex has done a bang up job. It's a shame we did put the extra lap of fuel in the car, because we actually didn't need to. But oh well, live and learn. So the scrap with Gasly, Magnussen, Ricciardo behind us is helping ourselves, and Bottas slightly stretch away. They're kind of pinning us now with 2 seconds, I think. So we just need to try it and keep that going. But as I say, if we can, we will. we're just going to do a little bit of harvesting through this section here, guys. Because we're going to be getting to the stage now where we're just going to change it from harvest to deploy. And then once that happens, guys, it is flat out attack till the end. And we'll see, can we gap Bottas? Now I do expect him to get me here on this race. There he goes, but we knew it. So we're just going to do a little bit more.
Position gained
We probably
for Alfa
can't.
Romeo.
We better deploy here. Or go to neutral even, just to stay in the DRS, and then more or less we're going to deploy after that, guys, and see can we just gap Bottas. Ballsy moving our part. So we're just going to deploy. Are we too soon? I think we might be too soon. We need to do one more lap. So last lap, so we're just going to deploy now, guys. We're going to give it everything. Send it full beans. No holding back now. We're going to get Bottas just to unleash, or to Albon just to unleash everything on Bottas. And see, can we just break
And a new
the
position
DRS.
just gained by Williams.
You're doing
Oh,
very good.
fastest
Aftermarket
lap as well from
aftermarket.
Alex.
Yes, okay.
Was not expecting that, guys.
Last lap.
So last lap, Theo should see this out on his tyres, guys. So we have managed to put a second between us and Bottas, which is fantastic.
Max Verstappen over the finish line.
Verstappen
and
wins
today's
in
winner.
Ferrari's home ground, a little bit upsetting. But we're doing a good job here, guys. We're just now stretching it to Bottas. It's up to 1.5 seconds. Theo is pretty safe. He should be coming home right behind Alex. And we can just deploy with him. And there we go, guys. Checker flag. P11. No points, but I think we did get fastest lap. Again, no points for it. I think we have to be in the points for fastest lap to count. That's unlucky. But yeah, Theo home P16, guys. So not a bad effort here from us today.
So that's the flag.
We're pretty happy with it, guys. And again, our race pace is just that little bit improved on qualifying, which is a shame. If we could qualify higher, we could probably have a better chance of sticking with an Alpine or Lando or something like that, just to pick up a few points.
A wonderful result here for the Williams driver. A very impressive showing today for Williams.
Indeed, the team has demonstrated technical skill as well as a great deal of heart. They can be really proud of their efforts this weekend.
After the race, they sit in 7th place in the constructor standings.
Meet us next at the Marina Bay Circuit for a breathtaking race through the streets of Singapore.
So Singapore Grand Prix is next, guys, and that's another power-hungry circuit. So as I say, it's probably a good thing we did take the engine penalties here in Monza. So most things remain unchanged, guys. We did, as I say, up 5 places and 4 places on our qualifying spots, so that is good. And I've noticed the not running Theo flat out works a little bit better, less mistakes. Whether Alex has the ability to run that a little bit more flat out, guys. Drivers again unchanged. Lando did manage to pick up 4 points, so he is getting that. They're getting close, guys. They're getting very close. 2 points now between us and McLaren. So the race is on for the rest of the season. Can we do anything? What are we, round 17 next? So I think we've 5 races, is it? I think 5 races left, so it will be interesting to see, can we do anything. Obviously McLaren have updated their car, so hopefully our suspension upgrade will come through in time and we'll see a small boost on that as well, guys. So guys, until next time, I've been Snowman86. This has been Formula 1 Manager 2022. I hope you enjoyed the Italian Grand Prix. If you did, leave a like or a comment, and if you want to follow more, guys, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It really does mean a lot. So guys, until next time, I'll see you all again. Take care.